Hello guys, today we from APJ Abdul Kalam Education Center will show you the full roadmap for cracking the Jamia Millia Islamia BLLB Honors Entrance Exam, which happens mostly in the first week of May, although the official notice is yet to come. So let's dive in, shall we? So firstly, we'll go through the overview of Faculty of Law of JMI, its brief history and heritage, its academic programs which is offered, and its ranking in the NIRF. Alright, so its history in brief is that it was established during the freedom struggle by very prominent freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi and has a cultural and historical legacy that is very widely known in the world. The academic programs that is offered by the Faculty of Law is uh, undergraduate and postgraduate as well. The undergraduate program which is offered by Faculty of Law is BLLB Honors, which is a 5 years integrated program, as well as in the postgraduate it is LLM, which is of 2 years. It is offered in various specializing fields such as criminal law and corporate law, as well as space laws as well. It had been ranked quite high as of lately by the NIRF, that is National Institution of Ranking Frameworks, which is by Ministry of Education. So there is no doubt about its authenticity, and it had been ranking fifth in the last year, which it climbed up from sixth ranking in 2022, and it was fifth last year, and it had surpassed GNLU Gujarat. So the admission criteria for the BLLB entrance exam is that you will have to appear in the entrance exam which is conducted by JMI itself. It does not accept CLAT scores as such, as well as it does not even consider the CUET scores as of late. So it has been conducting their own entrance exam since the offering of BLLB program. You should visit jmicoe.in for application details, as well as you can regularly update for the notices as well as the results in the same website. All right, the eligibility criteria is that you should be +2 graduate, like you should just have passed the intermediate, that is class 12th, and there is no age limit. All right, so there is no cap on the age limits, so there is no need to worry about that. In total seats there are 120 offered by JMI in the BLLB honors 5 years program. 60 is for regular and 60 is for self-financed. There is no as such difference between the two programs. Uh, Withstanding the fees, the regular and self-finance, it has been like regular students pay 10K per year and self-finance pay like 40.7K per year. Alright, so both of them are quite affordable options as seen in the legal circle, as charged by other institutions in comparison to JMI. So we'll go through the syllabus very briefly and the mark division. So first of all, English, which will come for 30 marks, legal reasoning and polity, which will include the reasoning and assertion based questions, as well as from the polity, that is like basic constitution and fundamental rights, that is like basic polity or civic part, which you might have learnt in the class 12th, uh, which totally comprise of 40 marks. Current affairs, it's of 30 marks, and general studies, which does not include current affairs, but it may include the static events which are connected with current affairs for some reason, or it might be like totally static. All right, so keep that in mind when you are studying for general studies. It could be from general sciences, general static, or any part of the syllabus that is concerned from the static part. And the basic difference between static and current is that static GK is uh, has a wider scope than the current affairs, and that it covers more subjects. All right, and at last but not the least, the logical reasoning and math marks, which are like 10 marks only, but the math and the logical reasoning is quite easy. So it is quite a scoring part, like 10 marks difference can be a defining factor in these kind of entrances. All right, so we'll go through all the subdivisions of the entrances, and we'll go through what topics are frequently asked in these particular subtopics of these entrances. So under English, there is basically division of two parts, that is grammar and vocabulary. There is some questions based on voice, that is active and passive voice, narration and tense, subject verb agreements, prepositions and articles, that is like basic grammar, which you have been studying since class 10th. It could be from a little more advanced level, but in my opinion, like Renan Martin till class 10, that is like basic high school level grammar, is enough for covering these topics under English. And the vocabulary, which consists of synonyms and antonyms, idioms and phrases, one word substitution, and analogy, which can be gone through our study materials, which we'll be recommending. Legal reasoning and polity are heavy weightage, subtopics. So the Indian polity, which consists mainly of Indian constitution, and it's not like very deep into the constitution, but it's like surface level constitution, like constitutional awareness is what it is. So you should try to relate the topics from the current affairs, like when Article 377 and the homosexuality debate was under the constitutional bench of D.Y. Chandrachud as of lately in 2023, where homosexual marriages was considered illegal. You should try to relate that how those arguments were based off on the fundamental rights or the duties as well. So yeah, you should try to incorporate those fundamentals from the constitution, because mostly these topics which are prominent in these current affairs will also come in legal reasoning and polity. All right, so legal reasoning is a quite easy and scoring part of the examination. It's just facts and assertion reasoning kind of questions. A little bit comes from tort and contract and the personal laws, but it's all on the surface level only. So in torts, they may ask like what is strict liability and absolute liability and whatnot. And in agreement, they can ask like what kind of agreement are valid, what kind of them are void, and what kind of them are voidable. So AP Bharadwaj would be a suggestion from my side that it would be enough for covering the legal reasoning part. And going on the next slide, the current affairs part of the entrance considers a weightage of a magnitude of like 30 marks, which is divided into subtopics of international disputes and international indexes, international organizations which have been in news, national news, sports, rankings in the various indexes of our country, or the country topping that index, or the country which have been in the bottom of that index, the legal news which is obviously important in a legal related exam or any law entrance. You should be thorough with these legal news. Easy way to do that would be to follow all the landmark judgments which have been passed in the last year. The defense related news, the defense exercises, the defense deals, and many armed conflicts if there have been as such in these past years related to India or from international. The state related news which have a considerable impact on the reorganization of the nation as a whole, or it had been significantly seen in the news, as well as the head of the institutions. Now this is a very important and a very scoring part. The head of the institutions, like the international organizations, the national bodies like Niti Aayog and the WHO, IMF and all, these can be memorized very easily, and these are very scoring parts as well. General studies part is usually asked from the static part of the current affairs. Alright, what I mean by the static part of the current affairs is that the current events which are connected to the static GK as well. Like how does a particular current event relate with the history or geographical aspect or sciences, you should be able to connect with the current events. You can only do that if you read some big event in detail. A easy way to do that would be from Indian Express explained part. The GS questions could be practiced from Drishti IAS monthly PDFs, Vision IAS monthly PDFs, or like GK Today as well. So also there is a book which comes from Arihant publication, which is only of 35 rupees. You can go through that, and it can basically cover all that part about the general studies and the current events as well. The logical reasoning and math section covers the topics of ranking, sitting arrangements, series, odd one out, directions, and blood relations, which can be covered easily if you have gone through the R.S. Agarwal book on logical reasoning. If you haven't, I would suggest you to buy that book, as it would be helpful in the further competitive exams as well. The math in this entrance exam is quite basic as compared to CLAT or other law entrances, as it does not test you on the basis of the quickness. It just tests you on the basis of the general aptitude, if you have like a general understanding of maths or not. So most of the subtopics you see in maths, you can see like these are very basic topics which are not even like classically considered of class 10th, but of class 8th. All right, but again, these topics should be like very thoroughly understood by the candidate. That is what the entrance demands. At last, I would like to thank you guys for listening to me all the way through the video, and I hope that you have gained some insights into the BLLB honors entrance exam, and I wish that I'll see you here in Jamia in the next batch in the September, and I wish you all the best. Signing off.